Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I hope you had a great 4th of July. I'm just going to get right to it. I've been reading excerpts from my book, Grateful, Faith, Healing, and the Gift of Music. That title is going to change. I'm working with a wonderful literary agent who's advising me to this, and we both agree on what the title of the book should be. But I'm kind of saving that for later. I've read you the preface so far. Now I'm going to read you the prologue. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, there are 5.7 million people in America who are afflicted with manic depressive illness, or bipolar disorder, as it later came to be known. When I first began writing this book some 20 years ago, it was solely about my life's struggle. I wrote page after page that would chronicle my battle, the life I tried to live in between episodes, and my struggle to hold on to a faith that the disease eroded for years. Each chapter opened with a quote or poem by artists who were afflicted with mental illness. Artists like Emily Dickinson, Hector Berlioz, and Lord Byron. I was fixated with this illness from its onset at 20 years old, and the music that subsequently became my only relief. After months of writing and crying, I came to the conclusion that I had to put the book down for a while. Not only did I need a mental break from reliving a lot of pain, I strongly felt that I needed to live out the next chapters of my life. I wish I could say it was all downhill from there, but nothing would be further from the truth. I put the book down for years, fully believing that the worst was behind me and that the next chapters would be filled with triumph and victory. For a while, they were. I did receive victory, and to tell you the truth, I received it when I was born. Victory in Jesus. Unfortunately, much of my pain evolved before I was truly able to put him first in my life. Sometimes you cannot really find him until you're driven to your knees. Of course, I had him in my mind, but it took 30 years of pain to truly put him first in my heart every day. I've endured bipolar disorder my entire adult life, but I hope that after reading this book, that won't be the only thing you take away with you. I've endured discrimination from teachers, judgment from friends, and other close professional circles of people who loved or just appreciated me when I was well, but whom left me when my life was low. Some even going so far to tell me that I was not bipolar. I just needed to grow up. Oftentimes, religious groups believed an illness like this was not medical, but rather something sent by the devil. So many just couldn't see the benefits of medication, without which my life would be filled with agony and fear on a regular basis. I have been called weak for needing it, and I was harassed by several groups of people in my life years ago who tried over and over again to convince me to stop taking medication. They didn't believe in it. It was incredibly painful, and as a result, I isolated for years. There were very few people I could turn to, especially about my disease. If not for the incredible support of 2 lifelong friends and my supportive family, I would have ended up homeless or worse. Throughout this book, you will still read about struggle, but there is so much more to me. Those poems I spoke of earlier were replaced with meaningful scriptures. I began to write more of God's immeasurable grace and mercy, the beauty of music in my life, and a renewed faith in the one who gave me this great gift, which brings me closer to him. He never let me go, even when I couldn't feel his presence, back when there was only one set of footprints in the sand. He never let me go, supernaturally reaching into my life and touching me when I was at my lowest. Over the years, the only thing I have done consistently is make music, and I did it even when I could do nothing else. It became my therapy. Ironically, the disease brought a deep heart and introspection to the music I sang and that which I wrote. Odd as it sounds, I am grateful for my unbearable highs and devastating lows. For years, each episode I lived through left scars, but more importantly, a determination to overcome and a new dedication to my faith. I learned to pray all over again with a new direction, and I grew closer to Jesus, inviting him into all aspects of my life. He is my Savior, my healer, my teacher, and my provider. I am forever grateful for the joys and sorrows that have called me to seek him in all that I do. For every tiny step I took toward him, he took 20 giant steps towards me. It was he who removed the negative, judgmental people from my life, people he knew were no longer good for me, and people who could only see the symptoms of my condition and not the person within. Jesus blessed my soul and my craft. He transformed my life until my will aligned with his, and he was mercifully patient with me. For this, I'm truly grateful. Thanks so much for tuning in. There's more to come, and I hope you'll share this video. God bless.